Welcome back to Bay Sunday, everyone. Our next guest is an author that has a message we all could use. It's called Doing More with Less, The New Way to Wealth. It's a New York Times bestseller, a Wall Street Journal bestseller. That talks about a core philosophy of business in this ever-changing world. He has 30 years experience as a management consultant, and his battle cry really is to get back to basics. Please welcome Dr. Bruce Piasecki. How are you?
Glad to be here, Frank.
Nice to have you.
Thank you for your time.
We were talking off camera about kind of putting life in a balance, but you talk about going back to being frugal, and that by being frugal, you're going to find more wealth.
More freedom, too.
More freedom.
So, for example, Frank, I've been benefited in life by my wife of 31 years, Andrea Carol Masters, who actually preferred on her 30th anniversary 1 red rose instead of 4 dozen red roses. And so she got me thinking about the beauty of doing more with less. And I realized at the time, maybe about 15 years ago, I'm a management consultant for these giant firms that have a lot of knuckleheads and a lot of waste. And essentially the premise and the principles of this new book is about how to become more competitive by reducing risks, avoiding debt, being inventive like Ben Franklin all over again. And I think why it's resonating is that when you have so many people on Earth, 7 billion people on Earth, we have to become like Ben Franklin all over again. Yeah,
we really do. My wife and I were just talking the other day, you know, we've got financial responsibilities, we've got a house back in New Hampshire, we're trying to make ends meet and stuff, and I go, you remember about 20 years ago when we just had a little apartment and I drove a crummy little car? It was pretty easy back then. Kind of miss that.
I'm interested in this book of writing a very emotional, personal narrative so that you're reminded about in youth, when you first went after attention, when you were first competitive, the tricks and the art of that, and bringing it back to a revitalized new world. And I think that many people are resonating with the theory.
How do you work in all the technology that we have today? Everyone's got their face on their phones and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. How does that work in to this structure?
There's a chapter in the book called Creativity and Scarcity. And it leads with the Zuni Indian designs of really beautiful jewelry, how simple and how fundamental and how it's almost found in nature. And then I talk about a $1.2 billion project I did with 5 different companies called the Fairfield Renewable Energy Project, where since World War II there was this piece of Baltimore Harbor, Frank, that was wasted by munitions manufacturing, right? So FMC just put a fence around it. We convinced FMC, a great chemical company, to lease the land to 100 years. We used an engineering firm from Norway and Europe to clean it up under the law. We brought in a new facility where the steel workers loved the 800 new jobs. The mayor loved it. The governor of Maryland loved it. And it's about doing more with less, because we're taking a damaged asset and we're finding new life to it. So the principles of the book are very much about that.
You know, Bruce, we're out of time.
It
was short, it was sweet, but thank you so much.
You.
I wish you all the best with the book.
Do you think they got the last comment about that?
Oh, they sure did.
Okay, good.
Stay right there. If you'd like to buy a copy of his book, go to doingmorewithlessbook.com. That's our show. Back next week. More Bay Sunday. Take care.
Thanks for mentioning the webpage.
Oh, you bet.
Yeah.
You bet.
Keep up the good stuff.
I wanted to ask you, what is the